Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Destiny Heroic, and this is going to be my third Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. I'm doing Kageros. So let me just get right into it. Same as before, I'll explain briefly why I've made some of the card choices and deck choices that I have, and we'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. So obviously, the quintessential Kagero starter, Lizard Soldier Conro, searches any grade 1 if you counterblast 1 after you ride him. And so you typically want to be doing that. And for the grade 0 lineup, we're looking at 4 Tars, 3 of this guy, Blu-ray Draco Kid, 4 heals, and I'm running 5 draws, the extra Dragon Dancer Monica. The reason for that being this is Overlord the End, and I'll explain why I have the extra draw power in the deck once I get to the grade 3 lineup. So let's moving on to grade 1s, and obviously the quintessential 4 bars. This is a power deck, so you want to put some power behind your guys. 2 Gojos. Gojos are good. They're a 7k. In the back row, they're as good as bars. This is a good first turn ride. If you can't attack, you can turn them sideways and increase your draw power. There are 2 Ermos. Ermo is really nice to put behind Overlord the End for a trick that I'll get to when I get to him. 4 Baris, obviously. Vanguard attacks keep getting bigger and bigger, and the ones that you want, the ones that you can guard, you're probably going to have to guard with null guards at this point. So, and then I'm using 2 Heatnail Salamanders. I am actually running these over Kimnaras. You'll notice that there are no Kimnaras in this deck. The reason being is that most people think that Kimnara is just an auto-in for a Kagero deck. After playing this deck extensively, I definitely disagree with that logic. What this does, it does the same thing as Kimnara, but it doesn't cost you a counterblast. But on the other hand, there's more risk in using it. But if you think about it this way, when you put this guy in the back and you attack the Vanguard, the opponent will be more likely to burn a card from their hand to block it because they know they're going to lose a grade 1 if the attack hits. So that's why I'm using that. It's basically to make your opponent use more cards from their hand, and then coupled with all of the retiring effects of Kageros, they use up their hand very quickly and have a very poor late game. So moving on to grade 2s. I am using 3 Bellicosity Dragon. I wanted to wait until this card came out before I did the profile for this deck because he is an auto-in, if you ask me. Most of the Kagero effects that I use in this deck that require a counterblast of 2. And this helps, having a lot of these guys threatening the opponent helps mitigate the use of the counterblast and lets you use it more times than you should be able to. So, for example, 3 Berserk Dragons. This is basically your sort of Blaster Blade of the deck. This guy pops at grade 2 or lower for a counterblast of 2, and Bellicosity can then unflip the damage if you have that combo on board. Typically, you want to be popping your grade 2s, but also what people may not think of is to pop the grade 1s in the back row. Like a 10k booster could go away with this, and then you could just attack the front row rear guard and make them burn more cards that way. I'm using 2 Nehalims just for the extra power, and 4 Burning Horn Dragons. All of my grade 3 Vanguards are Overlords, so this guy, once you hit grade 3, this guy will always be 12k when he's attacking. And you put something like you put a Bari behind this, it's a 20k line, 25 if you hit a critical trigger or something like that. And if you put a Heatnail behind it, it's an 18, which can threaten most cross rides. So that's grade 2. And grade 3, finally, 3 Dragonic Overlords. My goal in this deck is not to get the cross ride off, so I'm only running 3 of this guy. Typically, getting a 13k Vanguard takes too much time. And I'm playing 4 Overlord the Ends, because this is generally the Vanguard I want to ride, even if I don't have this guy in the soul yet. And I'm running 4 to maximize the potential of the Persona Blast. So the Persona Blast is what makes this guy really good. It will go off if you hit anything. So, and he doesn't lose. He's not like this. He's not like Overlord where he loses Twin Drive. If he hits, you Twin Drive on the attack, you hit, Counterblast 2, discard a copy, and he stands and he retains Twin Drive. So that's why this is so good. They lose a card, you gain 4 from your drive check. And the reason I like Airmo in this deck is because of the timing that works out. If you swing with the Vanguard and it's boosted by Airmo and it hits, then you have 2 effects going off at the same time. So in Vanguard, you activate an effect and resolve it, and then you activate the second effect and resolve it with the same timing. So what you can do is, if you don't drive check the Overlord the End, you get an extra draw with Airmo, and if you draw the Overlord the End, you can pitch it for this guy's effect because the timing is still right. So basically, if you're hitting, this guy can draw, with this guy you can draw 3 cards, and the extra draw triggers allow you to do that even more. So you could potentially be drawing 4 or even 5 cards, which really raises your possibilities of drive checking or digging for this guy and getting his effect off in the damage at the battle step. So that's the deck. This is the conclusion of my sort of big 3 decks that were introduced in set 5. The next deck profile I do is going to be probably lower tier, so I want to leave it up to you guys, all my loyal viewers. The 3 decks that I want to choose from are Spike Brothers, Bermuda Triangle, and Dark Irregular. I have all 3 of these decks completed, and I'll do a profile on whichever one you guys want to see the most. So like this video if you like my content and you want to see more deck profiles and Vanguard material, and comment below any thoughts you have on this deck, whatever, any flaws in my logic. I'm sure there are some, but comment below if you have comments about the deck, and also comment below what profile you'd like to see next. Whatever profile I do, I'll probably do next week, or within the next week and a half. So thanks for watching, and this is Destiny Heroic. Peace.